Do you have a really long and narrow room in your house that's awkward? It almost looks like a hallway, but it's your living room. Narrow rooms can be complicated because it seems like everything you do, it's just making the problem worse. So I'm gonna show you how to turn the most awkward room into your house into maybe the most interesting one. Hi, my name is April Rose. I'm an interior designer, and I take your frustrating rooms and help us all learn together about how we can make our homes a more habitable place that we enjoy being in. I had a follower send me this room that's really long and narrow, and she already has another living room, and she was like, what do I do? It's awkward. She said the color in it was very one note. So in this video, I'm gonna show you the $0 fixes that you can do to make a change instantly. Some new suggestions for products. I'll also link all of them if you all end up liking them. I know I already am kind of looking at a toy storage bin that I found for her that's actually not ugly. I'll mock it all up and then I'll set her on her way with a new plan if she chooses, and you're gonna have some new little tips and tricks to take and apply to your own home. So what are the main things that I see that maybe she doesn't see quite yet? The back wall in this photo does not serve a purpose. It's just there, it's just floating, it's where your eye is drawn to, and that's not really the focal point that we want. So when I circled back to her, she was like, oh my gosh, I actually already added a rug, which love. I recommend this rug to a lot of my clients. And she added an electric fireplace in a burgundy color to kind of ground whatever piece was above it. Now she did move the art piece and put a mirror up there, which I'll talk about in a second why I don't love this idea. I would say if she did not have that large olive tree, I probably would not put this electric fireplace there because it would just be kind of floating in that space. I would recommend something a lot larger, like a whole wall unit. And I know what you're thinking, like, oh, we don't want to make that the focal point, but actually a large wall unit in the back, once you see the furniture in the front, is going to make a lot more sense, and it would be more of a background character, which is a key component that you want in a narrow room on the far wall. So why do I think the mirror isn't a great idea? Mirrors at the end of a long, narrow hallway tend to just lengthen that room visually. You'll see in this mock-up, the first thing that I did was pull back the curtains. We want to open up as much light as possible and to some degree have some asymmetry. Sometimes that asymmetry is that one wall has windows and light and one side doesn't. Then I'm going to use my little inventory on this side to bring in some products that I think will work really well with her color scheme and overall aesthetic. One thing that I'm going to show you here is this couch from Quince. With any furniture in a narrow room, you want to bring it off the walls. It's often our tendency to want to push everything up against the walls, but that's just making the narrow room feel like a runway, a bowling alley, and even sometimes shifting it just a little bit, 6 inches, makes a big difference. For the purpose of this, I'm gonna move it back a little so you can see everything. I added some pillows to warm up the space. I added a photograph and a vase instead of a mirror on that back wall. I used a lighter blue toned vase to play around with the blue rug. That is something called the red thread theory, which is where you use color and bounce it around the room so that your eye follows it. So with everything that I choose, I always have color in mind. I'm thinking of the color wheel and our overall palette. You'll see me use that with burgundies and blues and yellows throughout this room. Okay, now I'm gonna bring in a chair. You're gonna see what I'm talking about with the red thread theory, using that burgundy color with the leather chair. I'm gonna bring the leather chair in over here. We want the chair to be angled so that we're kind of cornering in this space and keeping the back wall in its own separate area. This is our own little circle, and yes, there will still be a pathway through. That's gonna help make it less of a bowling alley hallway situation. Then I'm gonna come over here and we're gonna introduce a new material. A common thing someone might want to do is do a leather ottoman or a velvet or glass table. So I'm going to bring in just a normal linen upholstered ottoman to even more so define this little area. What I'm doing here is I really love to mix more feminine and masculine pieces together. This is a skirted piece, which I would consider more feminine. The leather chair is a very masculine looking chair. I wanted to do something called leggy versus grounded furniture. Leggy furniture just means you can see through the piece. Grounded furniture means it's solid. So the couch is solid, the ottoman is solid. Usually if I have a leggier chair and a leggier side table, I want to do a grounded ottoman and larger piece. When you have a narrow room that is a rectangle. We want to bring in more circular shapes, oval shapes, roundness, and curves. It's going to interrupt the linear flow and make the space feel more dynamic. We have a more rectangular couch and kind of rectangular in the chair, but there are those curves on it. And we're balancing it out with the side table and the coffee table. So if you're feeling like your room looks a little too copy and paste, just ask yourself, are there too many squares, rectangles, or circles? If so, maybe add in the opposite and see how that feels. So I really like how this half of the room is working together. We're gonna move over to her other half, which I think is the more functional side that she's looking for help on. This side of the room, she really was like, I need storage for toddler toys. And I was like, okay, I've also been looking for this because we need toddler storage. And I ended up finding this one that's modular on Wayfair. There's 3 little units that I'm putting together. I really like this tone of the wood because it goes really well with the burgundies in the room. And honestly, once you don't need toddler storage in here, you could use it for a record player, games, whatever. And it's low enough where the toddler can reach it. It's not going to topple over them. Okay, let's add back in the chair and the ottoman here because we know that this is going to be a part of this area. So aesthetically, we want to make sure it looks good together, but it's, you know, it's more so going to be over here. So how would I style this practically for a toddler? I'm going to add a lamp, which a lot of you might be like, why the heck would you do that? Because I'm going to hide the cord. So I'm going to add this little red lamp. I think it's so fun. And then I don't want to leave this wall blank. So I'm going to add this really cute circular clock. Remember, making sure there's a balance of round and rectangular pieces. So the clock, the lamp, they both have curves. They're both round with the rectangular unit and art piece. So I'm really enjoying the way that this is looking. This says I have style, but I'm still practical. I still have kids. And overall, long and narrow rooms are one of those spaces where a bad layout choice gets amplified really fast. So the goal here really isn't just to decorate, it's to actively fight that tunnel effect. So we can do things like tricking the eye, even doing something like adding darker colors on one of the end cap walls help. Horizontal elements can widen the room, and just avoiding long continuous stripes or furniture that accentuate that shape really makes a difference. Just remember, if your furniture is pushed up against the wall, let's just bring it back. I know you think it's gonna save space. It actually is just gonna backfire on you, and I promise you're not gonna miss those 4 inches off the wall. Remember to add a central seating moment, giving the eye somewhere to land halfway through the room. So if you still need more help, I do have a Substack page where I give weekly tips, articles. And if you did enjoy this is my first YouTube video, so like the video, please subscribe if you want to see more so I can keep making more. And hey, if you have a room that you're stuck on, comment down below the issue that you're specifically dealing with, and maybe you might be my next room review. So again, my name's April. See you next time.